The legend of the banana tree. Once upon a time, very long ago, every 3 years, the tree god opened the tree contest again. God's children, every 3 years, bring back new plant varieties for God to judge. At that time, the youngest son of the tree god named Tiula had just gotten married and had given birth to a very beautiful first son. Tiula loves her child and looks at her all day long without getting bored. One day, while looking at her child, Tiula suddenly came up with the idea of creating a tree that is as plump and beautiful as hers and can give her many things to play with and have delicious and fragrant fruits that will help her grow quickly. Tiula came up with a completely new plant variety. Its body will be as plump as your limbs, cool as your skin. Its leaves are not many but very large and look like giant bird feathers tied together and spread out in all 4 directions. When I was 5 or 6, I could break off leaves to cover my head and go out to play, not afraid of the rain or the sun. The tree's fruit will resemble a child's finger and will be arranged in long rows along the leaf spine. When ripe, the fruit will smell sweet, like the smell of milk and honey mixed together. When children grow up, they only need to reach out and pick the fruit, peel it and eat it. Read the best fairy tales, but there is one worrying thing. That year an evil bird suddenly appeared. It's huge, with fur like snake scales. Flying from somewhere far away, it specializes in stealing seeds of precious plants and then flying away. So how can I keep my new plant from being stolen by that evil bird? Tiula then came up with a way to not give birth to new seedlings from seeds, but instead to grow from roots and tubers. To tease the evil bird, Tiula still produces fruit that resembles a tree with seeds, but no matter how much care is given to that seed, it will never sprout and give birth to a seedling. The evil bird seems to know that. It then tried to destroy the tree. The first fruits of the precious Tiula tree variety had just received enough sunlight to ripen when the evil bird flew in. It only flies in at night. Its large, sharp beak immediately pecks Tiula's precious fruits. Tiula is very angry. At night, Tiula kept awake and stalked to catch the evil bird. But it is also extremely clever. It smells very well. Knowing that Tiula was lurking and awake, it just flew past and disappeared. But as soon as he fell asleep, it rushed to peck at those precious fruits. Tiula had to try to stay awake all night. One time, I suddenly woke up. Tiula almost caught the evil bird. Unfortunately for Tiula, he only grabbed a bunch of feathers and the evil bird struggled to escape. But from then on, he was very afraid of the shape of Tiula's hand grabbing him. Tiula guessed this and immediately came up with a new idea. He will no longer arrange those precious fruits one by one along the veins of the leaves. He will arrange them into clusters, exactly like the shape of hands spread out as if ready to pounce on the evil bird. And those fruit-shaped hands kept rotating, one table above, the other table below, one after another. The evil bird certainly did not dare to fly to cause harm anymore. And the shape of the precious fruits arranged that way also looks very beautiful and fun, because it looks like a child's hands spreading and dancing. Tiula is very pleased. His son also likes it very much. The sound of drums announcing the arrival of tree examination season resounds throughout near and far. Tiu La's brothers from all over brought trees to compete in the tournament. Well, there are all shapes, all colors, all flavors, big trees, small trees, sweet fruits, sour fruits. Tiu La was the last person to bring the tree, so his tree variety was ranked in the last row. On the morning of the exam, the tree god with white hair and beard came down from the high mountain with a smile. I am very happy because in this exam all 36 of my children are present and everyone brings new plant varieties to participate. The tree spirit stopped in front of each tree variety one by one, listening to each contestant talk about the beauty and preciousness of the tree variety he had just created. The more the tree god looked, the happier he became. His face continued to brighten because of his children's work. But when he stood in front of Tiu La's very new tree species, both beautiful and filled with love for his children, God the new tree laughed loudly and announced that Tiu La had won first prize. That tree is today's banana tree. But why is it called the banana tree? Perhaps because that time, when asked which tree won the first prize, everyone answered, the last tree. Last tree. I.e., placed in the last row. So later on, when read incorrectly, the last sound gradually turns into a banana sound. As for why the banana hands, up to now do not only have 5 fingers and 5 fruits, but sometimes count up to 10s or 20s, it is very easy to understand. Seeing that the children like to eat bananas, the tables the banana hand automatically gives birth to more fingers and more fruit for the children's pleasure. And that is also a way the tree wants to show that it understands the human heart that created the tree. That is the love for children and children of Tiu La, the youngest son of the tree god. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.